This afternoon, it's my privilege to introduce Stuart Cottrelle. Stuart is the president of Bayshore Healthcare and this year's recipient of this award. And as I sat and listened to Lauren talk about Phil, I felt more and more that this was a very appropriate award for Stuart because there's a lot of very similar characteristics. I first met Stuart when we worked together at Extendicare, a division of Extendicare. At that point, he was just a young guy out of university. Lots of ideas, lots of drive, and lots of ambition. And over the years, I've watched as he used all those attributes to really build Bayshore Healthcare into an incredibly successful business. Bayshore started with a very small office in Mississauga and now has over 65 offices, 55 infusion wound care clinics, 14 provincial pharmacies, and in total, over 12,000 people work in a number of capacities for Bayshore across Canada. So a very significant accomplishment in not that many years. But during all of that, I can attest to the fact that Stuart never forgot the importance of giving back. That through the establishment of a family foundation to research ovarian cancer, and most recently the Bayshore Foundation, which will be donating money to helping individuals to achieve what Stuart calls empowered living. So really making life better for people. We heard a lot this morning about culture, and I, for one, think culture is such a critical success factor. And Bayshore is a caring company, and it's a culture that starts right from the top and goes through the company. They are a lead supporter of the Canadian Hospice in all of the communities in which they serve. But if we ask Stuart, you know, what really was the critical success factor, he would say it was the people. It's the team that makes the difference. And, you know, another thing that I picked up this morning was leading by example. And that's something that Stuart really typifies. He is the president, but he's also a team member. One of the examples of that is when Bayshore was awarded one of the 50 best managed Canadian companies. Rather than, you know, taking the attention and everything, he flew in 2 of their top caregivers to accept the award. So just in summary, for Stuart, in my years of knowing and working with him, it's always been about giving back and making a difference. And so with that, I'm pleased to introduce my colleague and friend, Stuart Cottrelle.
Well, we built a bit of a different organization. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it. I think it fits back to what makes us so proud. Our start out of hospital, and I think everyone here today was talking about how we move things out of hospital. And the first thing we learned about out of hospital is it's about what you do at the bedside, how you make sure patients and families are first. And from that, I think we've grown up dramatically. As an organization, I'm very, very proud in terms of what we've done. We have a belief, we haven't achieved that belief, but we're never going to stop fighting for that belief, that people with stable chronic conditions should be out of hospital. And we're going to stand there and we're going to keep moving on that thing. We built a different organization along the way. We deeply care about patients. We want to understand their needs. We want to make sure we make a difference. And we care just as much about employees because they're the ones that are going to make a difference, to the point where I say we have an upside-down organization, because any people that are touching patients are the front line of any organization. And the most important people, they're the real CEOs. And we have a few beliefs that go along that way that make us a bit different. We believe in leadership everywhere. We're still yet 12,000 strong. We have no vice presidents. I'm quite proud of that one. We don't have any budgets. And how can we have some forecasts? I keep fighting this thing, but we should be focused in on making sure we keep moving forward instead of counting along the way. And we give back. We start off by giving back to our communities that we service. We're so proud of the things that we do in our communities. And we've moved it up one step further in terms of national organizations, but we just think it's so important. What are you doing to be part of the communities that you're in? And the next step that we want to go back to, again, our belief in terms of what we're doing from chronic patient point of view to keep people at home is how do we have empowered living? And we think that's so incredibly important and something that this room recognizes our publicly funded system doesn't quite get, that we need a balance between acute and chronic. And so we're going to keep moving on that, and we look forward to everyone's support along there. We're never going to stop. We're never going to stop trying, and we're never going to stop giving along the way. And on behalf of 12,000 incredibly proud Canadian Bayshore employees, I want to thank you for the opportunity to accept this award. Thank you.